So I think my screen is up. Yeah, that's correct. So I think my screen is up. Hi guys, welcome to this session. I'm really excited to be here. This is Ikechukwu Nwatu from 623 Ventures. And yes, we have a new session. And today's topic is navigating Lagos for business travel. I'll take the topic again, navigating Lagos for business travel. So we have a collection or a collage of contents we're putting out. And this content, this collection, it just involves things we're interested in right now, things we're being particular about, projects where, places, projects where we're pretty much involved with right now. So we're just trying to put out solid content. I'll just have to say this again, solid content for people who want to have this information or people who have feedback. We have different reasons why we're putting this out, and these are some of the reasons. And we feel it's best for us to share this information or share real-time data about some of the things that catch our interests right now. So this topic is navigating Lagos for business travel. And I mean, you just want to enjoy the ride with us. This one promises to be fun as usual, and I'm pretty excited about this. So we'll go to the next slide. So Lagos is a place where everything happens. I think I pretty much resonate with this ideology. Lagos is literally the place where a lot of things are happening at the same time. A lot of events happen at every street turn, every street corner, every nook and cranny of the city. There is a lot of things happening over here in Lagos. And I'll give you a brief breakdown of what Lagos is or where Lagos is. So Lagos is a city, it's the commercial hub, the technological hub, everything hub, to be honest, in Nigeria, in Western Africa, and in Africa as a continent. Is one of the hotbeds of the continent, technology-wise, business, commerce, finance, whatever. Lagos, it all happens here in Lagos, and Lagos is located in Western Africa, in a country called Nigeria. So essentially where you experience life at its or in its extremities. Like there are lots of things happening, from good, bad, sad. You can literally move from one phase of emotion to entirely different emotions within a minute, within a second. In 24 hours, you can experience a lot of emotions, from pain, anger, disappointment, happiness, embarrassment, and all the likes. So this is one city that has everything here. There are lots of things that are happening. It's a place where you have everybody coming to hustle for their dreams, live the life, experience life in an African mega city or an African metropolis or metropolitan city, a proper city. It used to be Nigeria's capital some while back, before the capital was moved to Abuja, which is now the Federal Capital Territory. So yeah, it's one city that everyone wants to come to. And the reason why we're putting this out, as the topic says, navigating Lagos for business travel, people find themselves in cities from time to time. This is an era, or this is an age of a lot of digital nomads, people who work from different locations wherever they are, and they can find themselves in different cities at different times. And say you pop up in Lagos, or you have business to do in Lagos, and you don't have an idea of where to go, how to navigate, logistics. You don't have a clue about your left from your right. You have literally no idea about the city. And this happens to a lot of people, people who are traveling for business purposes. They have deals they want to seal. They have clients and partners in different cities in the world. They also have things they just want to explore some certain locations on the planet, or in different cities on different continents. So this is going to help you understand Lagos. If you're in Lagos, or if you have business to do in Lagos, how to go about it, when to come to Lagos, what to look out for, and that's why we're putting out this content. And I hope this is going to be beneficial to a lot of people. Another thing you need to take note of is Nigeria is a very young country. It's a very young population. We have approximately over 60% of the population being young people, according to research done by lots of institutions like the UN and the likes. So it's where you have the young, free-spirited people. You have people of different ethnicities, different backgrounds, different ideologies coming to this city to make a living for themselves, or to meet people, or to just experience Lagos. And for Lagos, Lagos is also Nigeria's largest polyglot city. It's the city where you have lots of languages, lots of people speaking different languages and ethnicities. So Lagos is really interesting. Lagos is really important in the future of Africa, also in the future of Nigeria, and building the future properly. You need to understand these cities and what pushes them, what drives them, how do they work. And Lagos is one of them, especially for people who have businesses over here. So it's one of the places with a large population of young, free-spirited, creative, and determined Black people on the planet. Of course, Nigeria is the largest population of Black people on the planet. We have over 200 million people as of the last population census conducted by the National Population Commission. We have over 200 people who are staying or living or from Nigeria, and that's a big number. Those are big numbers. So yes, when you're coming to West Africa, one thing you need to know, if you're a foreigner, if you're not from these climes, you need to understand that West Africa can be hot at almost every time of the year. I mean, it's really sunny right now from where I am speaking with you, and it's already morning over here, but the sun is already up. People are already moving about their businesses, going about their daily activities. So West Africa can be hot at almost every point of the year. You need to make plans for that. You need to understand that when you come in, you can come with your tanning kits and everything, if that's something you're into. So every foreigner probably has to consider this before embarking on a journey for business or pleasure to Lagos, which is a West African city. Lagos is shown on the map of Africa over here with the yellow dots there. Lagos is the hub, the place, the go-to place if you want to experience Africa. It's like a mixture of Silicon Valley and Ibiza and Miami all together, because there's so much business activities going on in the day, and in the nighttime it's so pumped and party, and there's lifestyle exhibited every corner, and Black culture, Black people mixing with different ethnicities that are found in this city. So Lagos can be hot at almost every point in the year, and it's why we're saying this is you probably are not used to that kind of heat. If you're a foreigner, you're probably not used to this kind of weather or this kind of changing climate when you're coming over here. But if you're someone who has stayed in really hot places, you'll find it also okay. It's not scorching hot like desert or some countries within them towards the the Sahara region of Africa. It's not that hot. It's in the sub-Saharan region. It's mildly hot, good enough for your skin. And you just need to take note of this when coming. And you have to come prepared and come with all you need to take on the weather or the climate. So we'll go to the next slide. So we got a digital nomad guide from Nomad List. Nomad List is one of the websites that talks about people who are nomads, how to move and what to look out for. So we just took a screenshot. We took some contents, obviously with their approval, and posted it on this presentation. So you need to here we just identify some certain things. The major internet network here, obviously wireless carrier, is MTN Nigeria. It has the largest coverage so far, and it's best if you look at some of these things. We'll be sharing these documents as time goes on for you to have it for yourself or look through it yourself. So here we're talking about the gender ratio, the population in Lagos. It's over 60 million people and all that. So when you're visiting a new city, or you have business to do in a new city, it's best for you to properly prepare. You need to take note of certain things. Um, if you find yourself in Lagos, there's some things you need to know, and these are some things that would give you a guidance to your stay in Lagos, and it makes you see more reasons for you to come back, because or for you to navigate your movements properly if you're here already, or if you plan on coming here already. So obviously, I said Lagos is located in Nigeria. It's also Nigeria is located in Africa, and you can see it on this slide here. So we'll go to the next slide. So people book travel agencies a lot, and they help a lot. I mean, I'm a fan of that, because everyone wants ease of doing whatever they want to do, business or whatever. You need to have a certain amount of ease or direction. So travel agencies are a lot here also. Some of the big agencies and small agencies pop up every single day. So travel agencies help sometimes in easing flight bookings, logistics, accommodation. They have different plans. Some of their plans involve sightseeing in the city. Some of the plans have um, tourism schedules attached to it. Going to places, meeting people, going for events and all that. Embracing and experiencing the city entirely. So one of the travel agencies we have here in Nigeria that's really popular is Travel Better Company. It's a private travel agency. Majority of the things that go well or are thriving um, in this country, sad to say, are privately owned. The government isn't really doing as much as they can do or they should be doing. So we have majority of everything going on right now, going well right now, or things you can see that are in place that has a good structure are privately owned. So Travel Better is a privately owned travel agency in Nigeria, and they've had positive reviews for a while. Their customer service, accountability, dedication are very, very much commendable. So if you want to come this way, you'd have to probably look at this kind of people, travel agencies like Travel Better, and they have a tech savvy approach to their services. So you can literally book them on your phone, your mobile devices, your laptops, in transit. They can help you with your movement, your accommodation, lodging, hospitality, and whatever you are looking for. So it's a private travel agency. Yes, again, I'm going to mention that in Nigeria. And the company has managed to merge technology into the center of its operations and services, hence placing them in an advantage position. It makes them different from every other travel agent over here. Um, there are others also doing the same thing, but we just took a reference point from Travel Better, which is one of the popular travel agencies and one of the agencies that's doing great work, commendable work. Um, so so it's a private travel agency that has had positive reviews for a long time. We're still talking about Travel Better. They help you with your booking, hotel accommodation, logistics, resorts, and relaxation. For instance, for a business traveler who has plans of visiting Lagos for every time or any time of the year, or if you're coming here for the very first time, you find a lot of people making use of Travel Better, and they've had a very, very positive review. They've had positive reviews. They've had good feedback over the years, and that's why we're making mention of them. Because if you're a digital nomad, or if you're someone who's just visiting Lagos for business, or you have things you want to do in this part of the world, you need to have the best things in hand. You need to have a good guide, and you personally might not have someone who would walk you through all these things, but this travel agencies like Travel Better help a lot, and they help you with accommodation, they help you with logistics, just like you have in different parts of the world, and they help you with relaxation, resorts, and all that, places to see. So that's why we are making mention of them, and they're very, very much commendable. So we're going to be looking at some of the airlines that are really functional here. So you can book your flights on your own. Some people who are comfortable with booking their flights, getting their tickets on their own. or if you don't want to walk through an agent, some people have some of if you have the leisure, or if you have the, if you're someone who's into doing things in that way, instead of contacting an agent, you can book your flights yourself. And these are some of the few of the various, rather, of the various airlines and companies over here that are fully operational in Nigeria, that you can fly in from any part of the world. So one of them is KLM, and we mentioned some of them here: Qatar Airways, Delta Airlines, American Airlines. There's Virgin Atlantic and all that. So these are some of the airlines that are found that can are fully operational here in Nigeria, and they will drop you off in any of the airports you deem fit in any of the states in Nigeria, fully functional airports. And in Lagos, we have the Murtala Mohammed Airport here, international airport here in Lagos. And it's one of the best airports you can find in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. So these are some of the operational airlines that we know of, that we took note of, and we decided to make mention of here in this presentation. Um, so I mentioned Virgin Atlantic, which is very, very much popular. So we wanted to point out the facts exactly, costs, the numbers, because people always want to know the numbers. So sometimes return tickets, as of when we put out this document, the return tickets cost from around 632,000 naira. Nigeria uses the naira. So when you convert that to the US dollars, that's around 1,535.36 US dollars. So we wanted to put out these numbers because people want to have figures and see things for themselves. So Virgin Atlantic has flights from airports directly, like John F. Kennedy Airport in the New York, straight to the MMA Airport here in Lagos, the Murtala Mohammed Airport here in Lagos. So when booking such flights, visitors are advised to book return tickets, because I always book return tickets. A lot of people like to do that because things can change, your plans could change. You don't want to be someone who's stuck in the country and or in a foreign country, and you don't really have it. You didn't input, it wasn't factored into your plan. So most of the times, it's always best for you to book return tickets. And I mean, they give discounts for these tickets, and like we mentioned, some of these tickets start from around 632,000 naira, which is the naira is the Nigerian currency, which is around 1,535.36 US dollars, as of when we were presenting this or preparing this document. So Virgin Atlantic is one you need to take note of, and the cost of booking return tickets over to Lagos. Um, so we're going to be looking at accommodation and hotels in Lagos, and so we're going to cite some examples. So here we have 4 Points. 4 Points is one of the very popular hotels. It's 4 Points by Sheraton, and then there's Oriental hotels. They're found both on the mainland and the island. Now Lagos has two parts. I'm going to say this: Lagos has the mainland part and the island part, and for some reason, a lot of people, it's a general perception or ideology that the island is the more luxurious part of Lagos. It's the more expensive, the classier part of Lagos. There are some areas also on the mainland that fit into this category or this description. Areas like Magodo, Ikeja, and the likes here in Lagos. But I just wanted to state that Lagos has two parts, essentially two parts: the island and the mainland. In the islands, you have places like Lekki, Victoria Island, and the likes. We have a document and a presentation also that explain that part. You might want to check on the channel to get more knowledge about that. We're going to also be dropping some links for you to if you want to have more knowledge about that, for you to look at that. So on the mainland and the islands, you can find these hotels on both parts of Lagos. 4 Points by Sheraton, Oriental hotels. Most of these hotels have branches on the island and the mainland for people who are working from different locations and or you want to just experience both parts, and you can book for accommodation within Lagos on these hotels. Another hotel is Radisson Blue Hotels, and it has two branches, like I mentioned. Ikeja is a part in Lagos, and you have Radisson Blue in Ikeja, and it's around Mobology Anthony Way. It's one of the popular areas on the mainland. And then you have Radisson Blue Anchorage in Victoria Island, which is found on the island. And these are some of the very wonderful places for accommodation if you're a digital nomad or you're someone who's in Lagos for business or for pleasure, whichever one works for you. These are some of the hotels. You can have quality service. The hospitality is 100. It gives you one of some of the best services out there. So you can't mention Lagos without mentioning Echo Hotels. Echo Hotels is a premium brand, premium hospitality brand here in Lagos. Echo Hotels and Suites. They have some of the best facilities, some of the best things when it comes to a hotel or accommodation for anyone in Lagos, and lots of international businessmen, foreign expatriates, people who are visiting Nigeria for the first time, always make use of this hotel. They've created the name for themselves. They are one of the biggest names in the hospitality sector. So, and it's very good. It's very close to the Eco Atlantic City, which is a smart city development ongoing in Lagos. And you can also see the Atlantic Ocean from Eco Hotels, because Lagos has an intrusion of the Atlantic Ocean into it. That's why we have islands and lots of water bodies found in Lagos. So the Atlantic Ocean, like Lagos is literally at the edge of Nigeria, overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. So, and Eco Hotels gives you that view if you're someone who's into that. And it's just 10 minutes drive to the city center and only 45 minutes away from the airports. And there's some of the parts of the hotels. It has the Eco Signature, which is a lot of people's favorites. Eco Gardens, Eco Sheets, and the likes. And it has lots of restaurants, spas, bars. I mean, it's one place everybody wants to go to. Everybody loves Eco Hotels. I mean, if you really want to experience hospitality, over the years, over decades, they've created that name for themselves. They've stood out in their class, their service, the luxury they offer, and international businessmen, foreigners, CEOs, political office holders, leaders who come for business or just come experience Lagos. Always the first thing that pops up on websites, on platforms, first place you want to look at when you're considering hospitality or accommodation is Eco Hotels Lagos. It's one of the top places. They host a lot of top dignitaries and those who seek luxury in Lagos. So if you're someone who doesn't want to contemplate about their luxury and the way they want to enjoy Lagos, Eco Hotels is one place you want to visit, and it's located on the island, and it's very close to the new Eco Smart City, the new Eco Atlantic City. So it's really, really a fun place to be. Next, so we'll be looking at some places. When you're considering a city, you look at some certain things. And so sometimes you can be in a city and you're stuck. You probably don't have a lot of things. You probably forgot your toothbrush, or you can't find your toothbrush. It's literally somewhere in your sock pack or somewhere in your shoes or somewhere you literally didn't pack properly. You were probably in a hurry, or you had to just catch the next available flight down to Nigeria. So sometimes you get stranded or you get stuck and you need some items. So there are some places you need to go to, even if you misplace your item or you can't find it at the time. The places you can go to. We have malls over here, and these malls have amazing shops and outlets of some of the big companies you know of, some of the big brands you know of: ShopRite, Marks, Domino's Pizzas, KFC, offering services ranging from food, restaurants, shopping, whatever you can think of, cinema halls, You can find them in these shopping malls. Nigeria has the habit. Nigerian cities have this as one of their features. They have this malls scattered in different locations on the island and the mainland, and it's the same thing applicable to Lagos. So as well as other cities here in Nigeria. So you have malls like Silverbird Galleria and the Palms Mall, Ikeja City Mall, lots of malls, lots and lots of malls, Ozone Mall, like lots of them. And there you have cinemas, you have shopping places, you have ShopRite, Game. I mean, you can see the picture, KFC, some of the big brands come over here, Chicken Republic, they come over here to set up um, their shops because it offers security. They have it's a well structured space for them to operate and function or have their businesses running properly. So visitors in Lagos can also see movies in cinemas found within the premises of these malls, and this is because these malls have the space and the security for these types of businesses. So if you're stuck or you don't have you're missing an item or you want to pick something up and you don't know where to buy a toothbrush, buy a bathing sponge or something, or you want to just literally experience or see people make some sightseeing because you can literally see people there every single time. You want to just shop, buy a glass of wine or something, or buy some vodka. You can literally find these are some of the easiest places to find these things, and you can find them on your mobile device. Um, and of course, we have logistics companies working over here like Uber and Bolt. Lots of big companies also, logistic locally and internationally known companies working over here. So these are some of the places you want to look at also. Yeah, so I mentioned that Lagos has two parts, Lagos Island and Lagos Mainland. So the mainland, which is it's much more populated because it has a larger landmass, and the island is surrounded by water, and it has the feel good vibes. I mean, before that's literally where everyone thinks they can go chill or think everyone the general perception is if you want to chill, you'd have to go to the island if you're in Lagos. But it's not we're not taking anything away from the mainland because the mainland has beautiful places also. You just have to look in the right direction. So Lagos is divided the channel, by a channel made by, obviously by the intrusion of the Atlantic Ocean into Nigeria, into Lagos State. And it has three major bridges. You have the very popular Third Mainland Bridge, Carter Bridge, Echo Bridge, Lekki Ikoyi Bridge. These are some of the bridges that you can be found in Lagos for getting across both parts of Lagos. And these three bridges connect the islands and the mainland. And also, every part has its characteristics. Islanders have more food possibilities, a little bit less traffic. Traffic is a big deal here in Lagos. In any part of Lagos you find yourself in, you probably have to work or plan 5 hours ahead if you're going to move to somewhere. If it involves you getting on the road, you have to plan 2 to 5 hours ahead and start moving so that you can beat the traffic. And there's this communal spirit on the mainland. So traffic is everywhere in Lagos, at every place in Lagos. Traffic can stress you, to be honest, but the Lagos government is bringing out traffic management methods and systems and technologies to help us tackle that issue because we have a lot of population here in Lagos. The congestion in Lagos is a lot and it's not slowing down anytime soon. So both parts of Lagos have pros and cons, with the island being home to some of the richest black people, like the richest black man on earth, which is Aliko Dangote, who stays on Banana Island. It's a part in Ikoyi, which is on the Lagos Island. So we're just trying to make you understand that Lagos has two parts. So when you come to Lagos, you need to know which part fits you in. If you're into having um, a more generalized view of Lagos or a communal kind of view, you want to see the real Lagos, the streets of Lagos, the hustlers. You want to see the not so good parts of Lagos. You'll find a lot of them here on the Lagos mainland. If you want to have affluence and have access to some of the best facilities, you can find a lot of that on the Lagos Island. And these are the two parts of Lagos. So here are some pointers that's going to help you. So in Lagos, if you're a foreigner, first off, it's best for you to operate cashlessly and move lightly in Lagos. If you, because everybody wants to have a bit of your money. Everyone in the airport, from the first time you land at the international airport, the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Ikeja here, Lagos, um, you're literally seeing people who are hawking some services, people who are walking around asking if you need a ride, people who are trying to get your hard-earned currencies, people who are begging for tips and all that. So it's always best for you to move or operate cashlessly in Lagos. And if you have to make transfers, you only make transfers um, or card payments if you have to make some payments. And before making card payments, it's best if you can do that, it's best for you to notify your bank before confirming such transactions. So you have to notify your bank some majority of the times, and this applies for foreign visitors a lot because sometimes you have to get to the country and you have to change your currency into the local currency, and you need the local currency to move around to go to some places. So there are people who are going to help you there. There are services online also that provide this for you. There are people who provide this kind of services for you. There are people who do that at the airport. And also sometimes you might want to move ahead or go ahead of yourself and probably make a contact with someone who you know stays in Lagos, or someone who the person you're coming to meet in the city. If you have such an option, you could literally ask the person to make some efforts like this for you, like changing, getting you a local some amount of local currency, or helping you move around properly. But if you don't have that, it's best for you to make payments with your card or transfers. It's not the best option for you to move with a lot of cash, because you might you might be um, duped out of it, or you might probably fall into the wrong hands, and you don't want that happening to you. So Lagos has a lot of traffic also. Lagos is Africa's largest growing city, and it's growing rapidly. So there's a lot of traffic, gridlocks here and there, and it can affect your schedule. So you have to plan ahead. You have to factor this in if you're living in Lagos. Everyone who lives in Lagos knows that traffic is part of Lagos, and it's not looking like something that's going to change anytime soon. So as safe as Lagos can be, business travelers have to adhere to some little tips. You have to be alert, stay alert in traffic, so that you don't get your valuables aren't stolen, or don't get missing. Also, you need to watch the times you move out. You don't have to move out so late in Lagos, and if you have to move out, you probably have to make use of Uber for transportation. Those are the more secure ones, or you have to contact people who you know in the city. If you don't have such people, if you're making use of Uber, it's best for you to always follow some guidelines and some tips, like checking in on your location, making sure you check the driver, make sure the plate numbers match. Simple little tips here and there. Um, Always maintain social distancing, be alert as to um, where your taxi or your vehicle takes you to, each street corner. Make use of your Google Map. Google Map is very much functional here in this city. So there are little things. TripVisor is also very popular here. There are little things that can help you. And obviously online, you can check out locations you're going to, how to get to there before moving. Ask questions. If you ask a lot of questions, Nigerian people are naturally or generally hospitable. So if you ask some questions, people always find a way to answer you, because they know you're a newcomer, and they will literally offer the help. Well-meaning people will literally offer the help you're looking for a lot. So we're going to look at some places to visit in Lagos. And this is a view of a beach here in Lagos. So Freedom Park is one of the places you want to look at when you're coming to Lagos. So it was dedicated to preserving the history of one of Her Majesty's colonial era prisons. So Nigeria was colonized. Um, the British Crown colonized Nigeria before we gained independence. So as of today, some places, some landmarks, at some points where we that were very much in use way back then have been turned into tourist sites, just like you have in different cities and countries in the world. So one of those places here in Lagos is Freedom Park, and you can see, sorry about that, you can see live performances, you can have entertainment, monuments, you can see some things, have a glimpse of Nigeria's past history and colonial prisons, colonial era prisons. There are large collections of sculptures and installations, and as of today, Freedom Park has become a leisure park for tourists. I mean, I visit there once a year when I have the time. Lots of people also visit this kind of places. So Freedom Park is one place you want to look at a lot. So this is one of the places we're mentioning, some places you can visit. Also, the Civic Centre is a beautiful sight to behold. It's located on the island. It's in Ozumba Mbadiwe, and is I mean Lagos looks really chilled at night, especially during the festive period. Um, there are lots of Christmas decorations here and there. Lots of people when they come to Lagos, they love Lagos. I mean, Cardi B was in Lagos not too long ago, and she was really happy about what she saw here. She always vibes to Nigerian music. Um, Lots of international artists, international figures, public figures, celebrities, politicians, um, CEOs of top tech companies and finance companies come to Lagos. Jack Dorsey, Bill Gates. Bill Gates loves Nigeria. Jack Dorsey loves Nigeria and loves Lagos in particular. The Nigerian spirit can be found literally on the streets of Lagos every single point in time of a year. So one of the places you want to visit is the Civic Centre, and it's an architectural edifice. It's so beautiful to behold. It's really something that I mean the construction experts outdid themselves on that project. So it is a popular venue for services, for events, hosting events. It can accommodate up to 1,000 people in a theater style setting, and it hosts some of the largest events and conventions in this part of the world. So it's one place you want to look at. It also has some office spaces, has some infrastructures and some services that you might be interested in, because you're literally looking for places where you might want to work or meet people or just network. This is one of the places you might want to visit, and it's in a location, one of the prime locations here in Lagos Island. Workstations are literally littering the streets of Victoria Island. So you have some places where you can work with stable internet and 24-hour power supply. Nigeria doesn't have stable power supply. So when you get a place where you have stable power supply, it's best for you to make use of it. We don't have 24 hours power supply here in this country. A lot of people walk around with their power banks. I mean, you have to have that. A lot. I have mine wherever I go to because there is outage. We've not had power supply and steady supplies for power supply, irrespective of all the promises that have been made by the government. So there are workstations, privately owned, of course, that provide these services, and you might want to check that out. And the Civic Center is in a prime location where these things are littered around, or found in these areas. So the next one is the National Museum. If you're an art lover, you love this place. It has some pieces, some art pieces from our culture, cultures like the Benin Kingdom. The Benin Kingdom is a part of um, southwestern Nigeria. So lots of culture, articles, murals, lots of things, paintings, art pieces, collections are found there. Carvings are also found there. So Kenneth Murray was the person who founded the museum in 1957. He's an English archaeologist, and it's an excellent place to learn about Lagos history, Nigerian history also. Um, It's also called the Unicorn House. It's a nickname for it. So it's one of the places you should visit if you're an art lover, or if you just want to experience what Nigerian art looks like, what is Nigerian art, you would probably love the National Museum here in Lagos. It's a beautiful place to behold. It gives a lot of knowledge about Nigeria's history, Lagos history, African history in entire. And one thing that's really important to, or something that's really important to take note of is Africans have to start writing, or rather, we're in the process, we've begun the process of writing our history, because it's best for you to know the history of the people, from the horse's mouth itself. Unlike before, where we had African history being told by foreigners, which is really absurd. But right now, we have a lot of history, African history being told by the African people, and having a solid, concrete um, database to back it up. So this is one of the places you want to look at. Next place is the Nikkei Art Gallery. I love this place a lot because it's a beautiful place to be to experience also, um whether be it an whether you're an art lover or not. It's one of the places you want to go, look around, have a chill evening. If you're trying to rest from work after working the whole day, you can go with some friends, you can meet people, network, see things for yourself, go sightseeing here. So Nigerians are a people of culture and a society that holds their values high. So, for a country with over 371 tribes, everything now reflects the fact that people are genuinely proud of their history and heritage. A lot of Black people in diaspora in different countries in the UK and the US, they're proud to be Nigerians, and they're looking forward to ways of experiencing the Nigerian culture. And if you want to experience that, the Nikkei Arts Gallery is one place you can find this. It's a privately owned art studio and gallery here in Lagos, and we have lots of this kind of art studios and galleries around Lagos. So it's owned by Yemisi Shilon, one of Africa's top collectors, and it has a communal approach to it. They don't just run an art gallery; they help art collectors and artists to showcase their work. They train them. It has a community of art lovers, artists, painters, um, building, training, showcasing their talents, and that's why I love this place. It's one of Nigeria's leading private collections, and you can find other types in different places. So the Nikkei Art Gallery is somewhere you want to experience if you're an art lover, or if you just want to have a good evening or have a good day and look at Nigerian history, network, and meet people also. So the next one we're looking at is the Lekki Conservation Center, the LCC. It's located in Lekki. Lekki is a part of the Lagos Island, Lekki Peninsula, and it was initiated a long time ago. It's part of Smart City program also, and it has a free trade zone. It's one of Nigeria's foremost free trade zones also. So it has some of the largest populations of luxury homes, and really good architecture over there. So Lekki is one of the places just on the island, just like VI, the Victoria Island, and the Ikoyi area of Lagos. So Lekki is a multi-use zone, multi-use in the sense that it's not only confined to residential purposes also, or residential purposes, or commercial purposes. It's more of a mix of residential, commercial, and different purposes. It's a multi-use zone, unlike Ikoyi, which is predominantly a residential zone, and Victoria Island, which is also a commercial zone or a commercial hub of the islands. So, but Lekki is a mix of both of them, and it has a lot of traffic. Also, it has some of the luxurious locations on the island. Places in Lekki are, I'm just going to mention Lekki Phase 1, Ibeju Lekki, and the likes. We have all this information also on some of our contents we put out here on this channel, on our channel at 623 Ventures. So the LCC is one place, is a part of Lekki, that was literally, it was the idea behind it was to show or showcase some of Africa's natural reserve, to build a natural reserve where people can experience wildlife and nature at its raw form in Lagos, here in Lagos, because Lagos is all about business and all that bit. People need to have that part of their life taken care of, catered for, taken care of. So Lekki Conservation Center is somewhere you want to experience. You have wildlife animals like monkeys, tortoise, snakes, crocodiles, hyenas, lions here and there. So it's somewhere you want to obviously best practices and standards are put into consideration, are in place in this place in the Lekki Conservation Center. Um, and there's a lot of flora and vegetation. You can literally see nature at its pure form here in LCC, Lekki Conservation Center. So the opening hours of the Conservation Center are between 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, and even on weekends. So you might want to, after work, or you're done with business in Lagos and you want to see Lagos and experience wildlife, this is one of the places you can experience wildlife. It also has a canopy walk. Yes, it also has the Canopy Walk. And the Canopy Walk in Lekki's Conservation Center is one of the most visited parts of the center. The walkway is 401 meters long, and it is Africa's longest canopy walk up until date. And here, visitors can also play games, and you can see the view here. There's a lot of vegetation surrounding it, and you're very much safe because there are people who are employed, wildlife experts, to take care of this place. So the Nigerian Conservation Foundation operates and manages the conservation center. And this place is situated in the shoreline environs, and it covers an approximate geographical area of 78 acres. And you can literally see, visitors can see the extension of the intrusion of the Atlantic Ocean into Lagos. And that means it shows where Lagos meets um, the Atlantic Ocean. And it is, if you get to the top of the conservation center, you can see Lekki, you can see the islands, you can literally look as far as your eyes can see. The entire horizon is a beautiful sight to behold, sorry. So this is one of the places you want to go to. It has a canopy walk, the Lekki Conservation Center. That's canopy walk, wildlife, lots of vegetation. It's a beautiful sight to behold. So we're going to be also looking at restaurants and the food culture, or the food meals you can find in Lagos, the kind of meals you can find in Lagos. Some of the top restaurants in Lagos. So food is really important. I have to say this. We love food over here. Like Lagosians always say, man must work, which means a man must eat. One language that's really popular over here is Pidgin English. The Pidgin English is it's an altered or a different type of English that we use in communicating here. And we also explained about this, talked about this in one of our contents, or one of our videos on this channel. I think it's the video about understanding the youth culture. You might just want to look at that and understand what Pidgin English is for yourself. And so in Pidgin English, or in Pidgin English parlance, we say man must work, which means a man must eat. Nigerians love food. Food in Lagos is very important. Everyone is looking for what to eat. So, and we have, based off the fact that we are a people of culture, Nigerians have a very rich food culture. We have different delicacies from different tribes. We have a lot of tribes in the south. There are meals, afang, lots of meals in the north, in the west. But we are going to be looking at Lagos in particular, and the food culture of Lagos and things you can find in Lagos. Restaurants are in every corner of Lagos, especially the Lagos Island. Places you can eat different type of meals, international cuisines and local dishes are found in Lagos. Now we're going to be talking about street food, and street food is really important. Everybody's eating street food. Everybody wants to have a taste or a feel of what street food is. And as a foreigner, you might probably come to Lagos and you're like, oh, I want to experience what street food is. And one of the street food is suya. So it's called suya. Suya is like um, suya is meat. It's made up of meat. It could be beef, it could be chicken, or it could be ram, whatever you call it. But suya is made up of meat. It's a meal. It's a delicacy that's really, really important, and you can find it in every corner of Lagos and literally every place in Nigeria. Every Nigerian loves suya. It's a delicacy that's really, really, really part of our culture. Um, it's like a kebab. It's like barbecue, roasted meats or grilled meat, whichever one works for you. They have different types and different ways of preparing it. But at night you will find suya spots at every street corner, and you have malams. We call them people who sell or who hawk this delicacy, this street food. They are called malams because they are majorly the people who do this kind of business are majorly the northerners, people from the northern part of Nigeria. We have three tribes in Nigeria: the Hausa, the Yoruba, and the Igbo. So majorly the Hausa people are the people who are found in the northern part of Nigeria. So those people are the people who are involved majorly in this business in selling suya in suya spots on the streets of Lagos. And so they're called the Hausa Malams or Malams, whichever one you want to call them. And suya is the pizza of nightlife for all Nigerians. It's like when you watch movies, foreign movies, and someone wants to order food or order some takeouts, and the first thing they come, the first thing you hear is, "Can I order some pizza?" And it's the same thing for Nigerians. Can we order suya? Can I go buy suya? It's like the nightlife meal, the nightlife food, nightlife pizza here in Lagos. It is made from roasted beef and sometimes chicken meat, different types of meats, and you can literally grill them. But the very popular one is beef, um, and it is mostly prepared in the open. You can see the meat being displayed for everyone to see, and being prepared on grill stands, locally made or properly structured grill stands, and it has the unique smell, and you can perceive suya at every corner of Lagos. I mean, if you walk across, you could, if you're a foreigner, you literally be wondering, what's that smell? Yeah, literally, Lagos has its smell, has the smell is everywhere in the atmosphere. So you can also notice, you would literally notice or take note of the smell of suya, and you're probably wondering how it tastes like, and it tastes really good. Properly prepared suya is a delight to taste. It's something, and it's also a delight to behold because it really looks good, just like you can see in the picture. And people have things to go with it, like there are onions, vegetables, onions, tomatoes, and these are sometimes a lot of people love it in its raw form because it's literally eating food in its raw form, and it's as hygienic as it should be. To be very honest with you, because um, these things are prepared properly for people because they know a lot of people eat these meals. So there are people who take out their time to prepare it, wash things properly, and serve them properly. So on the streets of Lagos, you can find someone who is in his SUV, hustling, fighting over, trying to get in line with someone who's walking on the road, who is walking back from work, someone who's low or middle class, and someone who has an SUV. They could literally be going about it, um, throwing each other down, having their hands on each other's neck just to get a piece of suya or a taste of the suya meal at different spots. So suya is no food is not a respecter of anybody in Lagos. And like I just said, yes, suya is no respecter of class. And one thing, like I said, that strikes a balance in Lagos culture is the food. Rich and middle class of the economy seek after the same types of meal and local delicacies. Um, whether you're rich or you're poor, we're all trying to get the same type of food because food is just like a meeting point. Food is where you're not considering whether the person is rich or poor. Everyone is trying to get amala or get some oba or get some meal depending on the part of the country you're found in and depending on the parts of Lagos you find yourself in. And food does this magic most of the times. And like I mentioned, residents with fancy luxurious SUVs line up alongside people living in ghetto areas to buy and sometimes fight over suya. So this says a lot. It's like a unifying factor in the Lagos culture and Lagos society. So when citing one company, because some people might be looking at these meals, probably have an idea of have some questions rather about these meals, like suya, and someone might probably be watching this video and say, does it really look good? Is it properly prepared? Is it hygienic enough? Well, welcome Shia Bistro. Shia Bistro is a very unique company that's doing amazing work, and it's been over 3 years now. They started operations. I think it's being owned by one of Nigeria's foremost um, leaders, young leaders and celebrities, Banky Wellington, which is Banky W. So it's just like the Domino's, the McDonald's of Shia, and it has proper packaging, and it's just like having suya with the cheesecakes and burgers and all that. So and they have some of their great combos. It's just like having McDonald's. Their products, the sample, the if you look at the sample on the slide here, it looks like McDonald's burger, but it's made up of suya, and they found a way to revolutionize the suya business, to change it, to fit it properly for people who are looking for something out of the ordinary or people who are skeptical about trying out street food because of health reasons or hygiene purposes. You can also try out Shia Bistro, and they have lots of packages and offers. One of my favorites is the PhD combo, and he has a bottle of Coca-Cola. He has chips, he has ketchup, and lots of sugar. I mean, lots of meat has to be there. So this is something you want to try a lot. So now the next meal we're looking at is Amala. Now, you can't be in Lagos and not hear of Amala. You can't be in the western part of this world, of Lagos, or of the western part of Nigeria, pardon me, and you've not heard of Amala. Amala is a native Yoruba meal. It's a dish that's really, really delicious. And it's made out of yam or plantain flour. There's a whole lot of process to get it to the state where it needs to be properly prepared. And a good amala is hot, light, fluffy, it's lump free, it's really, really delicious. I mean, not everyone loves it because different strokes for different folks, but you might want to try amala. And some of the big places or really cool places you can try amala is Amala Shita. I'm sure if you go on your devices right now and Google Amala Shita, you would literally see pictures for yourself. It will literally pop up on your Google, and it's like the Harvard of Amala. And people come from different parts of the island, from long distances to come and taste these dishes. And it doesn't change the fact that you can literally find Amala people who hawk this delicacy or people who sell in other little spots or different spots on the streets of Lagos. And I mean, if there's something I want you to try, or if there's something I tell people to always try when they go to new cities is to try their meals, try the food in the city. You might find one or two meals to be really, really interesting or something that catches your fancy or something you would like to have when you come to the city again, when you come visiting again. And for Lagos, Amala is one of them you can try. You might find it really, really sweet and really something that you love to have again. So Amala is one meal that I love. I'm not I'm not Yoruba, but I think I can say or I can beat my chest and say that I like Amala. I don't take it always, but it's a meal that is really delicious to have, especially when it's well prepared. Um, So Amala Shita is somewhere you can go and have some Amala. Um, if you have also if you're not someone who's into all that and you want your you want some international cuisines, you're someone who has like structure or who wants to have something they know or something that they have an idea of, Chinese, Italian, Asian, whatever meal you're looking for, you can find it here in Lagos and in Lagos restaurants. So there's a large syndicate or chain of Lebanese owned restaurants and spots here in Nigeria and Lagos particularly. So lots of eateries and restaurants with amazing, exquisite interior, the decorations. I mean, they put a lot of money into these businesses. Um, it's almost like there's a competition. This new sport wants to outdo this other sports. They want to look way better. They want to rebrand. There are new places popping up. I mean, this is the story of Lagos. Lagos is such a place. There is lots of competition. Everyone wants to be at the top of their game. And it's the same thing in the food scene or the restaurant business. Yes, it seems like there is a silent competition on who tops in quality of service and ambience. And it's good for us, the users. It's good for you because you get to have a wide variety of choice and you get to have good services being rendered to you. One of these places is Wok's Asian cuisine, and there are lots of other things. We mentioned Blowfish Group, which is one of the companies that run this kind of restaurants, such chains of restaurants, and they offer Asian food, Indian, Chinese. And you can also find Italian restaurants over here in Lagos. Really, really good places in Lagos. And we'll be putting out this deck, some files to help you, and some links attached also to help you to locate some places here in Lagos. Um, so next thing is beaches in Lagos. So it's really important for us to know that, like I mentioned before, Lagos has a lot of water bodies, and so land reclamation is a big deal here in Lagos. So Lagos is, like I mentioned before, is a city at the edge of the western part of Nigeria, and that's where you have the first sight of the Atlantic Ocean. So definitely there are beaches found here in Lagos. Eleko Beach, lots of beaches. So we're going to be explaining all these beaches, and it's one place you want to go have a good time, relax, go on horse rides, go on quad bike rides, play some fun games like volleyball, meet new people, dance to some new music. There are events always happening in these beaches, parties, beach parties, and all that. So there are lots of beaches in Lagos, for people who are interested in that kind of thing, or you just want to experience it. Um, so Takwa Bay is one of my favorite. Um, is one of the few private beaches. They have private and public beaches, and they have gate passes, obviously. They have fees. There are some of them that are free. There's some of them that you have to pay to gain access to. But Takwa Bay is one of the few private beaches. It's obviously paid. You have to get access to it because it's being managed properly by some companies and an organization. So it's located near the Lagos Harbor in Nigeria, and this beach is accessible by boat. Now, before you get to Takwa Bay, you have to get on a boat that takes you to the beach. And so it's like a private beach, and that's something that's really fun about it. So this beach and resort is accessible by boat or by water taxis, and it has become a beach of great demand. You might want to check that out. There is a Leko Beach. There are lots of beaches here in Lagos. A Leko Beach, lots and lots of beaches. Elegushi Beach, Landmark Beach, all of these beaches found here in Lagos in different parts of the Lagos Island, Lekki, Ikoyi, and Victoria Island, respectively. So festivals in Lagos. I mean, what's Lagos without parties? Lagos loves to party, and Lagos parties hard. And during the summer period and Christmas people are coming back to Lagos. It's a family culture. Families make it obligatory that you come home at least once in a year, come see your people. Africans have this as part of their culture. We derive immense satisfaction and pleasure in returning home for the Christmas holidays. People who are in the US after a long year's work, long year of work, business, um, studies, whatever. If you're a student or a business person and you find yourself in Lagos, one of the best times to be in Lagos is the Christmas period. But even if notwithstanding, if you are not, even if you can't be in Lagos during the business and the Christmas period, sorry, you can also have a feel of the festivals in Lagos. And Lagos gets to an apex position in terms of activities, nightlife. I mean, it's like the Miami, the Ibiza of Africa. There are lots of parties and festivals going on, collaboration, lots of festivals happening here in Lagos, and people plan ahead of this. And it gets to its peak during the Christmas holidays, and that's why people plan towards that. It's a culture for everyone to return and create memories, especially African people, and that's why Lagos is a hotbed for this. When people tell you they're coming to Nigeria, the first point of point of contact is usually Lagos or Abuja. And in Lagos, you find a lot of activities. They always want to come to Lagos. It's called the December period is phrased or termed Dirty December. It's like having all the fun you've not had in a year in one single period or one single month or one single week. And Lagos never fails to deliver on that. So if you find yourself in Lagos at the above mentioned times, which is the Christmas period, you are in luck, or in the festive period, you're in luck. It will be an amazing time for you. Festivals and concerts have become a tradition. International artists, superstars, Whiskey, Burna Boy, Davido, Tiwa Savage, and lots of international teams, all of them, they always have this kind of huge concerts. International brands, local and international brands always have their events here in Lagos at this point of the year. There's the Bar Fest, lots of fashion shows, art shows, music shows, food festivals, GT Food Bank, and food and drink festival. Lots of shows. There are even street carnivals happening at every corner in Lagos. In December, from the first during the Christmas period or during the festive period, from the first of the month till the turn of the new year, there is no single day you don't find where you can go party or have a good time or have fun or meet people. And if you're in Lagos during this time of the year, or if you plan towards experiencing something like this, you should fix your activities within that period. It should fall within that period for you to have more fun and meet a lot of people and have a swell time. So we're going to be talking about Lagos nightlife and activities. Um, Lagos loves to party hard. I said that before, and I'm just going to make mention of that again. Lagos loves to party hard. There's a saying that Lagos no they sleep, which is in pidgin English parlance. It means Lagos does not sleep. It stands for the fact that Lagos does not sleep, because you can be up by 2 a.m. in Lagos and things are happening. You can just wake up by 2 a.m. You still order a ride, an Uber ride that will take you around town. So activities are always going on. The city never sleeps, and Lagos loves to party hard. And this is the same thing that applies to nightlife and activities. You're probably done with work, you've done with your meeting, or you finally sealed that deal that brought you into Nigeria or brought you down to Lagos, and then you want to have a feel of what the nightlife is and walk around and have people that are around you help you experience Lagos. And that would be an amazing idea. And you would never be disappointed, because Lagos loves to have fun. People in Lagos love to party hard. And every day, the hospitality business or the hospitality sector, where you have clubs, lounges, open spaces, they always raise the bar. And we're going to be talking about some of these places you can have fun also. So there are rooftop bars and lounges like Atmosphere Rooftop on Admiralty Way. The majority of these places, like I must have mentioned before, are found around the island areas. And it's also this, you can also find really cool places on the mainland. And we're just going to mention some of them. and one of them is Atmosphere, and there are rooftop bars and lounges here in Lagos, in Lekki, and in VI, and the other parts of the island. Um, there are also waterfront lounges, seaside outdoor sports. They're not left out. If that's something you want to vibe to, you want to have a live band and DJ, international dishes, or you want to have some great food, some steak. You want to just look at, take everything in. You can find out in waterfront lounges like Bay Lounge, Sailors Lounge. You can literally see the bridges. You can see water bodies. You can just look out with a lot of fresh air coming in. If that's something that you like, um, it has an open view. Also, there are other places also that are not open view like that, but you can also experience such things. So after a long day of work and meetings, relaxing, relaxing in one of these spots on the island is very therapeutic. It's good for your health. So and these places are found in some of the prime locations here in Lagos and on the island also. Um, so here's a list of some of the places you can experience nightlife or experience Lagos, and have a good time and have fun. One of the really big guys over here is Cubana Lagos. They have really amazing experiences for you. Um, Sorry about that. So these are just our suggestions. There is Cubana Lagos, there is Club Quilux, there is Circa, there is Knock by Alara, Shiro. They recently opened the W Bar. Recently, it was opened not too long ago. Um, there is Atmosphere Rooftop, like I mentioned, Lifestyle 18, the Pavilion Bar, Farm City, very popular place, Sailors Lounge, Bay Lounge, Cactus, Shiro, lots of places you want to experience here in Lagos. So in a nutshell, Lagos is Nigeria's center of excellence, and you want to have fun here in Lagos. Anybody who comes to Lagos tells you they never forget about their experience. There are people who come to Lagos, foreign individuals, some friends I've met, some people who talk about their stories on social media and the likes, and they tell you ever since they've been to Lagos, they've always wanted to come back, or it's never been the same. Some of them end up living in Lagos, getting married to Nigerians, or even if they don't get married, they just want to have a feel of Lagos. Living in Lagos is way easier for them. It's more cost effective for them to operate from here, and that's a good thing. I mean, I'm all Lagos. I'm all pro Lagos because Lagos is a beautiful place to behold. You can go kayaking like you see in the video. You can do a lot of fun things, bowling, um, paintballing. There are lots of places you can experience that in Lagos. So this session was just to provide a glimpse, a little idea, or give you an idea of how to experience Lagos as a digital nomad, or as a business person, or as a first timer, or someone who wants to come over again, or who has heard a lot about Lagos. Whichever category you fall into, Lagos would not disappoint you. Lagos is so much fun. I mean, what's there not to experience in Lagos? It's an amazing place to be, and I'm really grateful for you guys taking out your time to come on this journey with me. I hope you had fun as much as I did. We're going to be putting out more content like this, so just keep your fingers crossed and wait for us. Watch out for what we have coming next. And once again, my name is Ike Chukwuwatu from 623 Ventures, and peace and love. Just wishing you guys all the best. Have fun, have a good one, and take care of yourself. Cheers.